Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel jam si Wave.
Yo, Abla, yo luta do dede. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello? Ano lay waxal?
Bësal mu fine.
What?
Bësal mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave Axina Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. Ak Wave. Bësal mu fine. Wave. Your money is yours.
16 and a half minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning is the time in the Gambia. It's Wednesday, the 20th of August, 2025, and live on West Coast Radio, 92.1 on FM. Online, we are at www.wcr.gm. This is Coffee Time with me, Peter Gomez. Now, my guest this morning aims to promote and encourage swimming in our country. More than a tenth of the country's landmass is made up of water, mainly thanks to the Gambia River, which runs the entire length of the country and is central to the Gambia's geography, economy, and culture. Yet many young Gambians, particularly girls, do not know how to swim, and experts say the implications of this go far beyond basic life skills. Well, I used to know Abdul Karim Wagan Fai as a music promoter. In fact, apart from ST, all the artists we have featured in our Friday program, now dedicated to music and the arts, from Attack, Our Bling, Sambu Suso, to next week's scheduled artist, Bobo Dimo, have all been arranged through him. Little did I know that this young man was also into swimming. Wagan, welcome to Coffee Time with Peter Gomez.
Thank you so very much, sir. It's a pleasure to be here, and we actually have great coffee on Coffee Time.
Well,
yes.
It's not called Coffee Time for nothing.
For no reason, yeah, exactly.
Tell us, how did you come into swimming?
I've loved swimming my whole life. I mean, since I was a kid. I never learned officially anyway, but just going around the pool, going to the beach. So yeah, learned to swim, And I remember a childhood friend, the son of Sehu Sise Pasise. We used to go to their hotel. What was the name of the hotel? I forgot. By opposite Mile 2.
Oh, Watna.
Not Watna, the other one. I forgot the name. Yes, but we used to go there a lot. And at Marina School, I attended Marina School. We also used to go to Novotel and Atlantic Hotel every once in a while. So, I mean, I've always been a... And, you also mentioned about the river running through the Gambia.
Yeah,
considering proximity... If I'm not mistaken, I think this would be a guess, though, but I would guess you would be nothing more than 10 kilometers away from water anywhere you are in the Gambia.
Oh, wow.
That's my guess. I mean, considering the river and you have the ocean, so I don't think anyone would be nothing more than 10 kilometers away from water if you're living in the Gambia.
Yet Gambians don't seem to swim.
Well, the average Gambian doesn't know how to swim.
What are the benefits of swimming? Before we start,
it's a life skill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a life skill, a confident booster. I think with any child, if you learn a new skill, it definitely just boosts your confidence. And if you're around your friends, we go to the beach, So being one of the ones who can swim, you have bragging rights.
Yep.
Like, hey, I could swim. I remember recently, my oldest son and his classmates went to a pool party, and he said it was only 2 of them who could swim. So, and these are teenagers, so obviously he was the one just there bragging, So it's a confident booster and a life skill, social skill as well. So, yeah.
Okay. So why, have Gambians, particularly, the young ones, not taken up swimming?
Well, I think, as kids, Gambia, we've never really given children and the youth their due, in my opinion. You know, I mean, as a kid, we were always discouraged to go to the beach. We were not even encouraged to go play football. I remember, I mean, all we were encouraged to do was books, you know. That's not the
recreation was not promoted the way
not at all, not at all. It was actually discouraged, if you ask me. So I mean, and there was this stigma. You go to the get up there like a
yes,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I mean, but most of us sneaked away as children to go to the beach. So I think it's better to learn to swim. It's a skill better to have and not need it than to need it and not have it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So you're part of what? A club?
Yes. Swim Gambia Sporting Club.
Okay.
Yes.
And what's the aim of Swim Gambia Sporting Club?
Our motto says empowering lives through water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, teaching children, and now we've even actually started encouraging parents because, I mean, we a lot of parents would bring very young children. So we always tell them we need someone to chaperone the children. You can't just, I don't want to babysit anyone's child, which I tell them up front. I mean, I'll concentrate on the children, or rather we, including the coaches, will concentrate on the children in the water and around the premises, but we don't want to be babysitting or be responsible for anyone's children. So we encourage them, especially for very young children, bring someone to supervise the children. But we notice a lot of these people would just be sitting around not doing much while they were there. So we decided, okay, why don't we also encourage the adults to also just jump in the water? And most of them would be so scared, like, oh, I'll drown. I'm like, look, do you think about the repercussions of me letting you drown here, you know? And I mean, just like the children as well, we always tell them, look, nothing's going to happen. Actually, naturally, humans are buoyant. The density of the average human is less than the density of water. So we tend to float. But it's actually your actions, the things that you do, that make you sink. Because, but if you just naturally let go, you'll naturally float.
But that's a technique you have to learn.
Not even necessarily. You just have to be brave enough to just let go. Not do anything. Like I said, I mean, okay, if you put a sponge in water, because it's less dense than water, it'll naturally float.
Yeah.
The sponge doesn't have to do anything. But if you put stone in water, because the stone is denser than water, I mean, it'll sink. Humans are less dense than water, naturally. So naturally, we are buoyant. We'll just naturally float. But it's when you put, trying to grab onto things in the air, it tends to naturally make you sink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you, encouraging people to register for a program that is to begin on the 25th?
Yes, inshallah. Next week, Monday.
Next week.
Yeah, we have an ongoing program. And yesterday, during the summer, we always do 2 sessions.
Okay.
Yesterday, we took the children to the beach to just teach them about beach safety, if they see the flags and things like that, and just how to swim in open water. We usually do that at the end of the last week of the program. So by then, most of the children would have known the basics. And we have, some children who've been coming over the years. So a lot of those guys know how to swim. Yeah, so we just encourage parents, bring your children, learn to swim, learn a life skill.
Okay, well, it's too late, I suppose, to register for the ongoing...
Yeah, that one ends this week. Okay. But the second one starts on Monday, inshallah, and registration is open. So,
okay.
Yeah.
How many children are you looking to,
we can accommodate, preferably... between 60 to 80 children, because we separate the classes.
I think you'll end up with more than,
Well, hoping, and, we're hoping that, we can eventually reach a number where we would even have to move the venue to a bigger space. Unfortunately, it's not a lot of pools that can also accommodate a lot of children, I think Q City probably has the biggest pool I know in the Gambia, which would be relatively an Olympic-sized pool, but I don't even think that big pool is being utilized because maybe, I mean, considering the economics of it, you know, swimming is an expensive sport. It's not like football. You can just grab a ball in front of your house and just kick around. You know, swimming is an expensive sport. I mean, the volume of water you need in the pool, taking care of the water, you have to make sure the water is clean and sanitized, you know, for health reasons and all of that.
Okay, so the program you're advertising for the 25th of August to the 12th of September is to take place at the Joint Officers' Mess.
Officers' Mess, yes. We've been doing it there for several years now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's a base for you.
That's our base, yeah, because we also work, the head coaches are from the Gambia Navy.
So you're working with the Gambia Navy?
So we're working indirectly with the Gambia Navy, you know. So the coaches, most of them also work at Officers' Mess or have worked there at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just easier to use that pool. Yeah.
Okay. And are you charging a fee?
Of course. Like I said, I mean, swimming.
It doesn't say so on the flyer.
Yes, and actually, few people have asked. So maybe next time that's something for me to consider.
Yeah.
On the flyer.
Yeah.
Few people called and would mention that. Oh, put the price on the flyer. I mean, I guess it was an oversight or maybe something we've never done.
Mm-hmm.
But and we don't even necessarily have a fixed price. Because we charge children $2,000, but the adults we charge a little less. $1,000 is just to encourage them, because we concentrate more on the children. So let me just put a little bit of emphasis on
you
that.
You need to clarify that.
Yeah, let me put
usually adults always pay more than children.
But yes, so I need to put a little bit of emphasis on that. That the reason we charge adults less, because we concentrate more on the children. The adults were just sitting around, so it was something to just entice and encourage them to just jump in the water.
So parents come with their children.
Yes.
While you're concentrating on the children, they could also have
one or two coaches will be also concentrating on the parents. And when we're assessing the children, we also just tell the parents, okay, excuse us. And when the children take breaks, that when we assess the parents as well.
And how do you work with the children?
It can be a little tough sometimes, you know, trying to convince the children that nothing's going to happen. You know, the first, especially for very young children, the moment they get in the water, some of them will start crying, you know, so you have to encourage them and just, I don't know. I don't know the word to use, but then I mean the coaches are very patient. We have about 7-8 coaches. Yeah, so we'll split the children.
And how many can, each coach handle at a time?
Okay, you have some of the old intake who can already swim. So for that, you might have one coach taking care of 10 children, because those children can already swim. You know, so it's more of just telling them to do laps, swimming underwater, doing different styles where the coach just shows them, and the coach can even stand outside just observing them. But I mean, it's more the newer intake that need a lot more concentration. So with the newer intake, the children, we usually dedicate 3 coaches to the children, and we might have maybe 10 children. But I mean, they need a lot more convincing, because some of them will cry when you're trying to assess them. But then when they have that breakthrough and they realize, oh, I can actually do this, then, you know, they just go ahead. And I mean, then we have the next stage where those who can already move in the water, but maybe they need to sharpen their skills, we'll have 2 coaches dedicated to them. And the good swimmers, like I said, we'll have maybe 1 or 2 coaches dedicated to them, just telling them to do laps. You know, okay, work on your legs this way, work on your strokes this way, go underwater, you know, little things like that.
Okay. Yeah. And do they have to provide, or do they have to come in special outfits?
Not necessarily. We provide shorts for them, bright colored shorts.
Why do they have to be bright colored?
Well, for us, so we can just see them. I mean, we can see them anywhere they are around the premises or in the water. Anything can happen, you know. So, I mean, if someone's underwater a little too long, you know, you can identify, because, I mean, the water's moving and you just can't see straight through water. like you can see in air, So you want to be able to know and see everywhere the children are, especially if, as I said, if someone's underwater long enough, maybe a little too longer than normal. Yeah, so we can just know someone's down there and we need to go get them.
All right. We are talking swimming, not music.
Yes, not time. Music at all. and that happens a lot. I might get one or two calls, and the moment I say Wagan, the first question they'll ask, okay, which Wagan? I'm like, not Wagan the comedian. And they'll say, oh,
you two know one another?
He actually named himself after me.
Are you serious?
Yes. But that's a different story. My Wagan is actually part of my real name.
We'll bring him to coffee time to
he won't admit that though.
He won't.
But he won't. But I'll just throw in the story real quick. Okay. They were doing a skit, him and Modu Musa. Modu Musa is presently in the US, and he was playing a serious character, and I just happened to be passing by. They didn't know a name to give the guy. So I was just passing by, and they called me Wagan, and he was like, you're Wagan. And then the name stuck. And since then, he's been Wagan. His name is not actually Wagan. So whenever we run into each other, the little inside joke between him and I is like, okay, I have to take you to police so you could pay royalty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, and then people will talk about open mic festival.
Yes, people would just, Wagan, music promoter. I'm like, yes, but I'm here for a totally different reason. So let's talk about something else here.
Well, listen, I mean, for me, you are still in the music domain, huh? If we can just make a detour and stay on music.
Yes.
Because you've helped us, now make the Friday program, a musical edition where we bring in artists. And
I'm honored that you even reached out to me, sir. So
well, listen, we've worked for years.
Yes, yes. So
on the open mic. But let's take the conversation back to swimming.
Yes.
So, what equipment do you provide for children?
We have life jackets. We have noodles to just keep them afloat. That's usually for the children and the beginners, And we even also have like empty water bottles. Sometimes it's to just trick the kids because someone might be able to swim, but they're a little scared. So you'll tie a 500 mils water bottle behind them?
Yeah.
And psychologically, they'll think that's keeping them afloat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, because they're children, but then, and every once in a while, the coach might not actually tie it behind them, and then they'll swim. Then when they go to the other edge, they found out, oh, there was no bottle behind me. So, yeah, little things like that. But we have life jackets, noodles for beginners. But by the first week, we usually take those away from them. And we provide shorts, free of charge for all who are registered.
Okay.
Yeah.
No form of feeding?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't want to babysit anyone's children.
And how early?
But we encourage all parents, make sure you give your children some food. I mean,
snacks,
it's swimming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after, it's a full body workout. And, by the time you're done in the water, your children are usually hungry. Even myself, I'm usually tired and hungry after, a whole day of swimming.
Okay. And how long do sessions last?
1.5 hours. Usually we have 2 sessions a day, from 3 to 4:30 and 4:30 to 6. So depending on the person's schedule, what's more suitable for them. Yeah. But that is also if we have a big enough number to split. If we don't have a big enough number, we'll have to obviously put them in one group. So, and then that would be determined. So, I mean, like the second session starting on Monday, depending on by this weekend what number we have registered.
We haven't given out a number that parents, might.
Well, if you're interested, I mean, can I give out
sure.
numbers? You can reach out.
That's the whole purpose of this interview.
Yeah, you can
get you as many.
Please, we'd love that. Yeah. Register, and register your children and yourself. You can reach out to me. 743-1111. 743-111. Or let me say it the Gambian way, 743-411.
Yes, exactly. I love it when they say 4.
411, yeah. So I always throw, actually I have a friend who always
We
says,
have our own version of the English language.
Yes, so maybe Webster need to consider putting
absolutely.
fourple
They started
as a synonym to quadruple.
Putting Dululu and Skibidi in the,
Yeah, and also, someone's calling. I can't pick the call right now.
Exactly.
But yes, but they get or also you can reach out the head coach, Musa Kamara. Second call coming in. So thank you so very much, sir. People are calling in. 307.
Because during the summer break, apart from children going to, what do they call it? Summer classes?
Yes. So, and actually,
they have
because of
nothing
summer
to do.
classes, we moved it to the afternoon because, I know a lot of children go to summer classes.
Yes.
So you have to consider that as well.
Yes.
So that's why we moved it to the afternoon. And it's a little hot. The sun is out. So, yeah.
As long as the children have fun, they don't mind when it starts.
It's hard to get the children out the water.
Exactly.
By the first week, when especially the ones who discovered, I can actually
Swim.
I can move in the water without drowning. Man, it's next to impossible to get them, and some of the drivers or the parents will come to pick them up and they have to be there shouting with, we have to practically drag them out the water. Or another number you can reach, the head coach, Musa Kamara, 307-0280. 307-0280, or you can reach me on 743-1111, 743 quadruple one, or as Gambians would say, 743 fourple one.
Yes.
So whichever works for you.
Exactly. And the other one, maybe a better way of putting it would be 30-70-280.
Yeah.
30-70-280.
Yeah.
All right. So what techniques do you teach them?
We start with breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, diving underwater. Also, some of the children we who have been coming over the years, we've started teaching them rescue techniques as well, and just building stamina as well for those who can already swim. I can't pick the calls right now, but calls are coming in. So once again, thank you so very much.
Good,
But I'll return some of the calls, inshallah. Rescue for some of the ones who can already swim. We'll work on stamina as well, and speed. That's also for the ones who can already swim. But for the beginners, just basic to just be able to move in the water. Yeah, let me read this text from a parent who was swimming, who learned to swim with us a few years ago, and I was talking to her. I won't mention name, but I was like, I'm expecting for you to be there, inshallah. I hope you haven't forgotten. And she was like, ha ha ha, I have a feeling my body would have totally forgotten. A part of me is looking forward to and dreading finding out. I still have memories of the existential fear of drowning and water in my nose and ears, balanced by the pleasant surprise of finding out that one can actually move and glide through the water. Yes. So it's that fear.
And speaking of drowning and rescue, these are words you've used in the past few minutes. What are the implications of getting more Gambians to be able to swim on the number of drownings we have every year, especially around this time?
Certainly.
When children have their, what do they call it?
Picnics and Sunday beach.
Yeah.
And you go, the beach is flooded, people are in the water, and half of them can't swim. I'd probably say even more than half, but to be conservative, let's just say half of them can't swim. It's a life skill. So, and the thing about a skill, if you know something, you also get to recognize its dangers. If you're ignorant of certain things, you don't get to recognize the dangers as much. As our head coach would say, even he himself, who's in the Navy, who was trained in the sea, doesn't even like going very far in the sea because he knows the dangers, the currents and all of that. No matter how strong you are, yes, if you're smart enough, or if you're alert enough, you would know how to move with the current. But once you panic, all of that just, even for myself, who's a relatively decent swimmer, but the moment, I go in the sea, I try to stand and my feet can't touch ground, there's this slight panic that just kicks in. You know, so you have to relax, but then, I mean, the average person would just start franticing and just doing things, I mean, and that's where the danger lies.
And have you had people you've worked with go on to become lifesavers?
Not to my knowledge, but I was talking to a parent whose children go to Marina School, and apparently Marina School were having a swimming competition with Sibek. And the parent told me that most of the children from Marina School, representing Marina in the swimming competition, were in our classes, and most of them actually came first, or a lot of them came first in the competition. So,
and just going back to what I said at the beginning, you find out that, okay, generally Gambians don't swim, but the few, who swim, men dominate. So women are less likely to swim. I mean, so from the people you've worked with, have they been
I think mostly in Gambia though, extracurricular activities are more male dominant. We've just always had this culture. Women are to be more in the household, and more domestic things, maybe education. But so, yes, there'll be more boys, but we've also had a lot of girls. Just to name a few, I think we have Esther Baz. She's a great swimmer. We've had this girl, Sena Bobojang. She didn't come this year. Awajalo. I mean, I'm realizing she's becoming a natural, So there's another young girl, Elizabeth Njai. Man, very beautiful breaststroke, So, I mean, you get to realize a lot of these things. A lot of the girls are coming. And, I mean, even you have some of the younger girls, and the confidence. There's this few little girls like Olga. I mean, Olga, I'm guessing maybe might be 6. And Olga used to cry when she would come in the water. But now you can take Olga out the water. And I mean, her form, you could just see when she's swimming. And, but we have this boy. And I was talking to him. He told me he's 14 or 15. Man, I honestly believe this kid, in the right condition, could have been an Olympic swimmer, Modu Bojang. So, yeah, right. I mean, and another kid, Aliu Sisoho, very strong kid, I mean, you could see, these are young kids, but they're muscular, built, so
let's see how far they can go.
Inshallah.
And just finally, and you have 1 minute for this, remind people of the number to call.
Yes, reach me on 743-1111, 743-111. 743-411.
And
or the coach 30-70-280, 30-70-280 for Musa Kamara. That's the head coach.
They can call all day, but what's the deadline? When will you close registration?
By this weekend, because we officially start on Monday. Actually, we can go till Monday itself, but by Monday, because I mean, we also have to have an agreement with the venue based on the number of children registered and also the coaches. So by latest Monday, we need to finalize all those things, inshallah, but preferably by this weekend. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Abdul Karim, Wagan Fai.
Thank you so very much, sir.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Axel James Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta mënulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Busel mu fay.
What?
Busel mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave. Busel mu fine? Wave. Your money is yours.